From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Siskiyou County Neighborhood Forecast.
Everything Medical has been your complete source for medical supplies since 2007. Our 10,000 square foot showroom has the largest selection of home medical equipment in the North State. We have what you need. Everything Medical, Athens Avenue, Reading.
Boy, we saw some thunderstorms out there yesterday afternoon and evening. This is looking at about 6:13, that is on Monday. And there you can see this is what we call a special weather statement. Typically when you have a thunderstorm that's pretty strong, but not quite to the severe level, but certainly something you need to keep an eye on. The National Weather Service will issue that, and that's what we saw. And there were eventually some severe thunderstorm warnings for parts of Siskiyou County, but a lot of lightning strikes is what we saw here. And you can see there was that thunderstorm warning, and then eventually by the overnight hours, things dried out. And that's pretty typical. Once we start to lose some of that daytime heating, the sun sets, we start to lose a lot of the energy for the thunderstorm. But it can continue into the late night hours. There you can see unsettled through Wednesday, but I will say this. I think places like Siskiyou County in general here, you're not going to see a lot of activity here for today, but we still have to include that chance in there. There's a warming trend that will peak on Saturday, but the good news is it's not going to last for long. I mean, yes, it's still going to be pretty hot out there, but at least the temperatures will start to drop. Look at the normal high for Mount Shasta City. It's normally 80, so we're already above normal here for today, but this is when we really see those temperatures climb about 20 degrees above normal for this time of the year. But again, it peaks on Saturday. Temperatures start to drop after that. So for today, you've got lightning strikes. Don't let this scare you. We're not going to be looking at lightning strikes for every one of you here, but the chances are going to be there. Because when we talk about that and you look at this and we have to kind of explain that, because when we've got isolated showers and thunderstorms out there, that's exactly what that means. It's isolated. It's kind of just hit or miss. And quite honestly, there's no technology out there that can tell you exactly where it's going to be. But we can give you a general idea. So we take a look at your satellite radar, and you can see that's the area of low pressure now shifting to the east, and we still have a bit of that instability out there today. And that's why we're seeing the chance for thunderstorms. But notice as we go through today, it's not going to be quite as intense. Here's today at about 2 p.m. Now remember, yesterday at 2 p.m., we were already seeing those thunderstorms begin to develop. We're not seeing that at this point for today. Now, we could see some stronger thunderstorms here as we go into the late afternoon and early evening. There you can see around Weed, Mount Shasta, there's Tennant, and then you head off to the west, even out toward, you can see Scott Valley, around Etna, looking at a chance for some of that activity. Now, look at this. As we go into Tuesday night, of course, tonight, it dries out. But look at Wednesday. Let's take you into the afternoon. You see how it's trying to pop up. This is, of course, the mountain, right? So we're probably starting to see some of that, the winds maybe having a little bit of impact on that as well. But we go into Wednesday afternoon. Yeah, it looks like things are drying out. So the chances are much slimmer for those thunderstorms and even showers for Wednesday, and not to mention for your Thursday as well. Okay, so we take a look at our forecast for today, and again, don't let this fool you. Don't get scared by this. In fact, I'd be willing to say that most of these areas here may not even see anything here. I have included a slight chance on Wednesday, but don't count on it. Taking a look at your forecast for today, even in Scott Valley, there could be a stray shower or thunderstorm. There's that warming trend. It's getting closer and closer to 100 degrees. There's a look at McLeod here, also getting close to 100 degrees. We're splitting hairs. Could get up to the triple digits. Temperatures, but for today, mainly in the 70s and 80s for those daytime highs. Looking at your 7-day forecast for Mount Shasta City, well, there it is. Again, I've included a slight chance on Wednesday, but quite honestly, I should probably take that out. By this evening, you'll probably notice me taking that out. So it's just going to be today. And then by tomorrow, I think chances are going to be much slimmer. Temperatures getting closer to 100 degrees, even for the mountains, believe it or not, come Saturday and Sunday.